Warning, the following video will contain spoilers for an episode of Miraculous Ladybug. If you want my recommendation, watch the episode I am watching before continuing on with this video. But if you don't care about spoilers, then just sit back and enjoy.
Okay, no time for playing Simon, no time for a different set piece. This or that, Miraculous Edition, go!
Power to create or power to destroy?
Power to devastate. It's a lot more emotional.
Good guy or bad guy?
Definitely the bad guy.
French fries or French onion soup?
French fries.
Flag or tiki?
Okay, I'm going to spoil this one.
Tiki!
Tiki.
Tiki.
Tiki. Tiki.
Tiki. Tiki. Tiki.
Is it a sin to say that I like Plague a lot more?
Fashion model or fashion designer?
Fashion disaster? I honestly don't know. Maybe a fashion designer, seeing as I designed the Huntsman cosplay, but I honestly don't know. Sorry.
On your French fries, ketchup or mayo?
Who puts mayonnaise in French fries? Gross! Obviously ketchup, but I heard that it was banned in France, so could I smuggle in some mustard for a mystery third option?
Sweet or sour?
Mostly sweet with a bit of sour to balance it out.
Ladybug or cat noir?
Hawk Moth! Okay, I prefer Cat Noir.
Jay or Ezra?
No offense to Jay Caston, but I have to pick Ezra, mostly because of this. This.
Oh god, it's corn water!
And especially this. And because of the episode we're going to have a look at. Speaking of which... This is for you, Ezra! Hello everybody, welcome back to my Miraculous Marathon! And I've been waiting to do this particular episode review mostly because of one person. Ezra Weisz, the English voice director of the series, as well as the voice of Fred Haprel, Chloe's door guard, Adrian's bodyguard, wait, what? And of course the villain of the day for this episode. This guy is an absolute joy. He has a lot of energy, charisma, and he's a generally nice guy. He does a great job at directing the voice actors, bringing out the best performances from them, and whenever he steps into the booth, well, if this episode's anything to go by, he should probably change his Twitter name from Warm-Up Guy to Show Stealer Guy. He's probably the reason why I love the English dub so much. He's just that good. And of course, let's not forget the time he called me on his Insta Live while I was in the middle of filming my Lady Wi-Fi review. He would end up telling Sarah Victor about my review during another Insta Live, and she ended up liking my Instagram post about that review. Of course, I wish the review I was making wasn't so negative, but still, Ezra, if you're watching this, thank you so much for making my day while I was filming a review for an episode that made me feel miserable. But you guys didn't come here to watch me gush over one guy, you came here for a review. So with all of my rambling and all of my puberty out of the way, let's have a look at Episode 23, Simon Says.
Welcome back to everyone's #1 live game show, The Challenge!
The live game show is literally called The Challenge. Okay, that is way too uncreative, simple, and vague. I mean, what kind of challenge is it? Okay, from the looks of it, it seems like a Paris' Got Talent if it was more of some sort of challenge show, or a dare show. For example, Nino's tasked with trying to make the mayor dance, which he succeeds when the mayor moves his head to the beat? I got nothing.
Damn it!
By the way, where's Marinette during all of this?
Grounded?
Oh yeah, she's grounded. Did she just say that she was grounded?
Monday morning, absent from PE.
I was in study hall.
Okay, on one hand, yes, Marinette's lies still bother me, but I'll put that aside because on the other hand, this is probably the first time we see legitimate consequences of Marinette's double life. Yeah, being a superhero takes priority over school, but because of that secret identity rule, she can't use that as an excuse for skipping out on class because that would put everyone in danger. A fact that I choose to ignore because well...
Everybody's an idiot except for me.
Yeah, thanks, SpongeBob. But it's understandable. Usually I'm snarky about this entire thing, but you know what? For this one instance, I'll let it slide. For once. So then we cut to, okay, it's way too early for Hawkmoth! Thank God I severed the connection between the Akuma and Hawkmoth so he doesn't control me. Don't ask me how I was able to accomplish that. So after Nina wins, we're presented with the next contestant, Simon Grimo. And yes, that's actually how they pronounce it in this show.
Simon Grimo!
Voiced by the aforementioned Ezra Weisz, a hypnotist who uses cards. Okay, how does that magic work? What? No, because it's magic? Would you look at that? I confused Ladybug!
Yay!
Oh hey, long time no see! And is challenged to hypnotize Gabriel Agreste. But seeing as this is Gabriel Agreste, who'd rather keep his dignity in check and has much better things to do like designing clothes, taking care of his son, taking advantage of the situation, Gabriel nopes out of the challenge in the most amusing way I've ever seen.
Your show is pathetic, and so is your contestant.
And it's game over for Simon, making him upset and leaving Hawkmoth a great opportunity to make him his next minion.
Fly away, my little Akuma, and evilize him!
Well then, I guess it's safe to say that calling that a disaster would be the understatement of the year. Then again, I really don't know how you could use cards to hypnotize people. Well, maybe with an eye fixation method, but I don't really know.
I am Hawkmoth. You are now Simon Says. I will help you be the most powerful hypnotist ever. So do we have a deal, Simon Says?
Simon Says yes.
So the Akuma possesses his cards and turns them into Simon Says, or Jackety in other regions. And I gotta get this out of the way. This guy is freaking amazing. His design notwithstanding. Yeah, I've gotta say I'm not a fan of his design. It's not as awful as Technicolor Michelin Alien from Bubblegum Harley Quinn or How to Lose Your Friends in 2 Seconds, but the color choice makes this feel like a Joker Riddler mashup cosplay gone awry. And of course, why is his skin purple? However, I can look past that because, well, just listen to him.
Gabriel Agreste turned down my challenge and he will pay for it. Gabriel, I'm coming to get you!
Yeah, this is what makes me enjoy this episode. Ezra's performance as Simon Says really show his capabilities and acting talent. You can just tell by the way he speaks that he's having a lot of fun voicing this guy. Seriously, if there was ever a person to voice this guy, I couldn't imagine anyone other than Ezra doing him justice. He's just that good. Oh right, his powers. He's able to use his cards to hypnotize people to be what he commands them to be. For example...
Simon Says you're lame! As lame as a duck! Huh? Quack, 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 quack.
Okay, first off, Alec isn't lame. He may be an inconsiderate jerk sometimes, but he's the farthest thing from lame that you could get. I mean, he isn't even in the same ballpark as lame. Second, how exactly could ducks be lame? Okay, make a fair point. And he makes Gorilla act like a gorilla. This is becoming a sick joke. Harambe didn't die for this! Hello? I don't care if it's a dated meme. I do whatever I want on this channel, so bye! Now, you might be thinking to yourself, isn't Marinette grounded? How can she save Paris? Well...
Use that pillow under your sheets. Looking good.
There are only 3 ways this can go down. Either they find out that she's Ladybug, they call the authorities, or it could end up like this.
Oh, look at that big orange basketball-shaped head of his sleeping.
Insert transformation sequence here. Cat Noir attacks Simon, but Simon uses distraction and has Gorilla use punch. They were super effective. We then have a great fight scene between Cat Noir and Gorilla, and despite Gorilla's size and strength, Cat Noir easily overpowers him and uses his cataclysms to give him the same fate as Harambe. Good God, I need to stop! All the while, Simon Says creates an army of soldiers to go after Gabriel. Okay, those are nothing like soldiers, they're more like zombies. Was anybody paying attention to? And when Ladybug and Nino meet up with Cat Noir, it's here where the episode gets interesting. Because from here on out, the entire plot centers around the duo trying to protect Gabriel from Simon Says. And we get plenty of interesting moments from here. And I'm not talking about this scene.
Can I put on my clothes first?
Sure, if you must. I mean, of course you can.
Even though it's pretty hilarious. No, I'm talking about the moments involving the Agrestes. First off, Ladybug seeing Adrian's mom, Emily Agreste, whose name doesn't get revealed until season 2. She's basically the reason why Gabriel is the way he is, or rather, the lack of her. She vanished almost a year ago, and ever since then he hasn't been himself. We don't know that much about her, though Gabriel does have this to say.
I have to apologize for my son, Ladybug. He's like his mother. Way too overly dramatic.
So yeah, there's basically a whole entire mystery surrounding her disappearance. But don't worry, it will be revealed in the next season. Also, if she somehow looks familiar, that's because she was based off of Tara Strong, the voice of Bubbles, Twilight Sparkle, Raven, and Timmy Turner. And this wasn't the only time that they based a character off of a real-life person. Remember Fred's manager, Sarah? She was originally based off of, named after, and voiced by the French actress, writer, and director José Velasco. Sorry if I botched the name. And trust me, this won't be the last time that they do something like this. Also, we have a Ladrian moment. That's cute. But the real center of attention for this episode is, well, Gabriel Agreste. Most of the interesting moments come from him, and I'm not just talking about his son standing up to him when Gabriel defies his orders to get to safety, even though it is kinda glorious.
You're in danger like everyone else, so stop pretending you're above us all and just do what I tell you to!
I have a good feeling that there's going to be some punishment once he finds out his secret.
You remind me of someone.
But speaking of secrets, most of the interesting moments stem from the episode hinting that maybe Gabriel's hiding something. Like when Ladybug's looking at Adrian's photos, Gabriel takes a surprising interest in Ladybug's earrings.
I've never noticed your earrings before. They really are quite unique. May I?
And if that's not enough, near the end of the episode when he shakes Cat Noir's hand, he has a good look at his ring, almost like he's tempted to take it from his hand, but decides not to. And when Adrian hugs him near the end of the episode,
I've never noticed your ring before.
And if these scenes weren't enough, we also have Hawkmoth himself. Because he always seems to disappear whenever Gabriel's on screen and vice versa. And I do mean disappear. Case in point, usually after Ladybug wins, Hawkmoth promises the duo that he'll win next time, even though all the odds have been stacked against him since episode 1. But in this episode, we don't get that. Instead, we see Gabriel thanking the duo and his aforementioned staring at the ring. Now, I know from these hints what they're trying to suggest is obvious, but I'm not going to get into it yet. So instead, I'm just going to question how Nino didn't hear Adrian's transformation and see Gabriel get captured. So Simon takes him to the studio, and we get to see Gabriel's dignity completely implode on itself in 3, 2, hey wait a minute, I was just done with Gabriel and then Hawk. 1.
Flap, flap, flutter, 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 flap, flap.
Okay, it's at this moment where I not only feel bad for Gabriel, but I also feel bad for Keith Silverstein for having to voice all of that. I mean, what you're seeing and hearing is real. He had to pretend to be a butterfly, or, like, he had to do all of this. And later on, he has him pretending to be an airplane. Could this be any more ridiculous?
I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky.
Apparently it can. So Ladybug uses her lucky charm, and what does she summon this time?
A regular yo-yo? But you've got a magical one.
Well, who knows? Maybe her yo-yo might break or lose its magic. Like right now! I'm just gonna play this clip.
But it's unbreakable.
Why was she wrong? So we have another great action scene with miraculous cards, black cards that further drive Alias's point about villains, and...
Simon says... It doesn't matter whether you can hear me or not. All that is important is what Simon says.
So basically, all of your taunting was practically useless. Why are you even a thing? Then Ladybug uses the regular yo-yo to interrupt Simon, and Cat Noir cataclysms the cards, ending the game and releasing the Akuma. Turn everything back to normal, insert status quo you've seen here, and then fist bump.
Pound it!
Another day, another attack, another victory for the Miraculous duo, and another character that we never see again. Which kinda saddens me because I really like this character. I know I haven't talked about him that much, seeing as the episode wasn't really centered around him, but believe me when I say that I really like him, and I'm kind of ashamed that we don't get to see more of him, or even an aftermath of him. But oh well. So Gabriel is saved, but sadly his dignity isn't. He and Adrian share a touching moment, and we cut back to Marinette's house, where Tom informs her that she hasn't missed a single class all week. Well, I guess we could shove that plot thread under the rug. Seriously, did her parents ever go upstairs to check on her? You know what? Why even bother complaining? I mean, by the time that they watch this episode, if they ever watch this episode, it would already be too late. She's let go to be with Adrian and Nino at the Kids Plus studio, but Marinette decides to spend the time with her family because why not? That is until Nino calls for Ladybug and Cat Noir to join the studio, and...
On second thought, I'm wiped. I'm gonna take a nap. Don't want to be late for school tomorrow, and, you know, mess up that perfect school record.
I know it's the afternoon and it'll probably mess up my sleep schedule, but I'm gonna sleep anyways.
You know there's nothing more demanding than going to school.
Not even being a superhero with a double life is as demanding as school. And here I thought I was the inconsiderate one. Who thought that Ladybug was the inconsiderate one. Seriously, you not only have to save people from danger, but you also have to keep your identity a secret, maintain a good image, balance out your superhero life with normal human life, and deal with detractors who just like to insult you because they think they're saying something important, but are just being paranoid, untrustworthy, or bitter because of something that happened to them and could have easily been avoided had they not tried to expose you. Wait. And then Ladybug swings to the studio, ending our episode. So that was Simon Says. How does it hold up? Austin Says? Really well! Simon Says is kind of a unique beast of an episode because rather than having the villain be the main focus, instead it focuses more on Gabriel and Hawkmoth, hinting that maybe there is more to these two that we don't know about. Sure, Simon does have a major part, but afterwards he's basically gone. But the episode was engaging and entertaining enough for me to not even care in the long run. And while we're on the villain, Simon Says is a joy to watch. His design may not be the best, but his powers and Ezra Weisz's amazing performance more than make up for it. Seriously, man, nice job. And of course there are the typical strengths of a Miraculous Ladybug episode, so everything checks out there. This episode is easily a must-watch for anyone who hasn't seen it. Seriously, people, I'd go as far to say it's one of the best episodes of Season 1. It's just that good. Well, Ezra, I hope you enjoyed this one. And same goes for the other voice actors. You guys did a good job as well. Though I honestly don't know what you deserve. A pat on the back, a gold star, and Akuma. Seriously though, I hope you guys enjoy this one. I mean, I've been wanting to make an episode review like this for quite a while, so I hope it was worth the wait. Well, seeing as it's almost Christmas time and I might not have enough time to upload the next video by Christmas, next time on the Miraculous Marathon, we're going to be stepping aside from the main storyline to talk about the Miraculous Ladybug Christmas special. Until then, this is ASLB, and I've got nothing else to say other than have a great life, stay miraculous, support the English cast, Merry Christmas, and see ya.
Yeah.
Also, Ezra, the corn soda wasn't that bad. I'm just saying.